This is our new ProSim H pattern shifter here, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can make adjustments to the force and the feeling of the shifter. The first two we're going to talk about in this video is adjusting the force that it takes to go into the gear, which is going to be on this grub screw here, and we're going to talk about how to adjust the centralizing force of the lever, which is on the spring and the nut located here. So the first one, which is on this grub screw, you need a 5mm Allen key and a 17mm spanner. So if we loosen the nut first of all there, in here it's simple, the tighter you go the stiffer the lever is going to be, and if you loosen it off the softer it's going to be. There is a point though that you can go too far on this grub screw, and then the shifter won't change gear, so it locks it up, you get a little bit of movement. So don't try to force that. What you then need to do is just loosen it off a little bit and then it will go in like that. And that's in the stiffest position, which you can see is a lot stiffer than where we were at the beginning. And when you're happy, you just hold the spanner and tighten it up slightly here. It doesn't need to be overly tight, just nip it up because there's no force there to really move it. The second adjustment we're going to look at is the centralizing force. So to do that, which is on this nut behind the perspex here, what we need to do is take the perspex off. For this side there's two screws here, and there you need a 2mm Allen key for that. So if we take these off like that, top and bottom, the perspex will then fold outwards and then you can pull it out. Put that to one side, and in there you can see the nut. And then if you go tighter with that, it becomes stiffer, and obviously loosening it off, but just you have to be careful not to go beyond the thread and lose the nut off the end. I can get in there and adjust that, but if that's a little bit tight, what you can do is with a 4mm Allen key, you can take the top plate off, like this, loosen the 4 screw. And now with this top plate off, it will be a lot easier to get access to the nut, which is there, so you can get around it and You can get around it and change it quite easily now. When you're doing it though, don't take this perspex side off because it's got the shift lock mechanism power out. That's all the cables there, it's quite easy to get caught or pull them, so I think with the top and one side off, I think that's plenty of space to get in to adjust it. And then once you're happy with the adjustment you've made, you then just screw it back together. Just make sure this has got a slight cutout on the top there on one side, and that's to get over the radius in the corner here. So you just have to make sure that that side goes down onto the radius. If you try to do it the other way, it's going to sit up, and then if you tighten it up, you're going to dig into the corners and you're going to ruin the finish on the shifter. So if we put it on like that, it sits in there nicely, all 4 bolts back in, like so. And then again the perspex, if you see there's a groove down here, that's where the perspex sits in at the back, like so, and then it just folds forward to fit in at the front, and you have 2 screws with our 2mm Allen key that we tighten up. Like so, and then you're ready to use your shifter again.